Welcome to Spotlight Torrance, where we're exploring your city. I'm Christy Wilcox, and today we're talking Dancing with the Stars, South Bay. Now, a couple of our reporters have been out for the last couple of weeks talking to the professionals and the dancers behind the scenes, and then they got to check them out the day of the competition. Before we get to those stories, however, I'm going to quiz you on some of the background here. Now, my very first question, and take a look at this. How many years has the Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation been in business? Is that 10 years, 17 years, 20 years, or 26 years? Now, I'm going to have the answer to that question shortly. However, Julie Chan was out at the event, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about what happened that evening.
Hey, Christy. We've been interviewing some of the stars of tonight's show over the past few weeks, and well, the big night is finally here for this hard-working crew. But before we get into the details of some of these stars, we're going to take a look back and see what Dancing with the Stars of South Bay is all about.
When the opportunity came to be an actual star, I thought, why not cross it off my bucket list to take some dance lessons.
Dancing with the South Bay Stars, put on by the Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation, is celebrating its third year at the James Armstrong Theatre. Christian Wolf shares how it all came about.
The board of directors and I were talking about trying to find another way to bring in funds for the Cultural Arts Foundation. We do a gala every year, but we needed to find additional funding. 9
local community members, many of whom are novice dancers, are paired up with dance professionals, and the two will perform in front of a judging panel. Wolf even brings in professional makeup artists to help contestants look their best.
It's really transforming people, into glamazons. And they're not used to that, so it's fun.
The annual event is not only a great way to bring the community together, but a chance for some to experience something totally different in life.
It's a great way to kind of relax one part of my mind and focus on another.
Samuel Liu and his professional partner from Argentina practice the tango twice a week for 2 months. He admits he loved the experience, even though it took some getting used to.
We're very different personality types, and she wanted to do a very serious dance, which wasn't originally in my...
But then getting a complete makeover can work in your favor in some cases.
Sometimes the people that got the biggest transformation are the ones that win.
For Howard Martin, she may not consider her makeup transformation as the biggest, but her costume blew the judges away.
I have got to have that costume in my wardrobe just for any old Saturday. It's amazing. Good choice. Loved it.
And while many of the contestants had never danced before, it really didn't matter, as all of them were dancing for a great cause. Who are you here for tonight?
Leah
Marie,
and Martin Chevrolet.
Marie.
And the Boys and Girls Club.
And the Boys and Girls Club.
And talk about how many tickets you bought in your daughter's honor.
1,000 right now.
Another 1,000. We've been buying them all along and supporting her.
Well, we're supporting everything for the charity, obviously, because this is going to good causes.
And while the event is to help raise funds for the foundation, each contestant got to dance for their charity of choice.
You're dancing for charities that are really worthwhile, and you're giving of yourself, which is a lot to ask for. And this is a fundraising event not only for the Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation, but also for 9 really important charities in the South Bay. Let it rip, just have fun with it.
While everyone involved is having fun, they are excited to do it in support of the city of Torrance.
It's great to give back to Torrance because I was born here. I grew up in Torrance, and the James Armstrong Theatre and the Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation have been a huge part of my upbringing, and so it was good to give back to this charity.
Now that we know what Dancing with the Stars South Bay is all about, I want to give you the answer to the very last question. How long has the Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation been around? Do you know? The answer to that question is 20 years. They opened up on September 30th, 1994, and they're celebrating by bringing in comedian Bill Enval. Now stick around. After the break, we have more profiles on the dancers and the professionals.
What about my privacy?
It's protected.
And the music I listen to? Protected. What about how I wear my hair?
And the things I say and write?
The Constitution protects your rights.
It isn't an old, fading piece of paper.
It's a living document.
The Constitution says there are 3 branches of government.
So we're kind of like the 4th branch of government.
We are the future of America. Find out how you could become part of Constitution Day.
For me.
For all.
For real.
Go to aclu.org/Constitution Day.
Here we are, 2013. We all depend on technology to communicate, to bank, and none of us know how to read and write code.
The first program I wrote asked things like, what's your favorite color? Or how old are you?
I wrote a program to play tic-tac-toe.
I first learned how to make a green circle and a red square appear on the screen.
You're just trying to make something, trying to transfer something from your mind to the computer or to a tablet. It's an experience.
The whole limit in the system is just that there just aren't enough people who are trained and have these skills today.
The programmers of tomorrow are the wizards of the future. You know, you're going to look like you have magic powers compared to everybody else.
Great coders are today's rock stars. That's it.
Welcome back to Spotlight Torrance, where we're exploring Dancing with the Stars, South Bay edition. Now, it's time to spotlight some of these very popular folks. But first, I have a question for you. How many seasons has Dancing with the Stars, South Bay been going on? Is that 2, 3, 5, or 6? Now, I'll get you that answer in a little bit, but first, Julie Chan is out talking to one of the dancers. Let's see who she's talking to.
Hey, Christy, I'm here with Leah Hamilton. Leah, today was your last rehearsal. Talk about how that went.
Well, actually, it was really great. It was our first opportunity to really practice on the real stage that we're going to be performing on tonight. So getting our space down and making sure that we know how all of our steps are going to land. It was a really successful rehearsal, and I'm very confident after it. So I'm excited.
Good. Now, you have an hour to go. Are you ready?
I think I'm pretty much as ready as I'm ever going to be. The nerves are starting to build a little bit, but it's all really good fun. Everybody backstage is having so much fun getting ready. All the hair and the makeup and the costuming and everything, it's really cool, and I'm so excited for everyone that's going to be here tonight.
Tell me, who is here cheering you on tonight?
Pretty much my whole family, no pressure, right? I have my mom, my stepfather, all three of my brothers. My father is here, one of my closest friends, and my grandmother flew in all the way from Seattle. So I'm just like, I want to give them a great show, and I hope they have a great time.
I had the chance to meet Leah at her day job last week. Let's take a look.
Good morning, Martin Chevrolet.
Leah Hamilton has a full schedule at Martin Chevrolet, and if helping to run this family business isn't enough on her plate, she's taking on a new challenge that's sure to set the bar with those around her.
I find that I'm really hard on myself, and I'm really pushing myself to make sure that I am not being hypocritical, I guess, and I'm giving 100% every time I go to practice.
A customer experience manager, Hamilton follows up with each customer to make sure they were satisfied with their experience at Martin Chevrolet.
Fire it up before you even get into the vehicle, which is super cool.
Hamilton sets high expectations for herself and the staff. And now all eyes will be on Hamilton, a contestant on Dancing with the Stars of South Bay.
You really have to dig deep and get that energy and find that fire and get that competitive spirit going to keep yourself fueled up during practice.
Hamilton has never danced before, and while she is having fun, she says she has her work cut out.
We have a little bit of a language barrier. So it's really been about body language and about communicating through the music, communicating through the energy of the dance, which we're doing the Paso Doble.
Hamilton says she'll be giving it her all come competition day, as she knows the stakes are high and many will be counting on her, including the Boys and Girls Club.
Just one more way that we're trying to just give something back at the expense of my feet.
Phew! The soles of my feet would be hurting too. Now, Julie also got to talk to Leah after she was done dancing. Let's see what she had to say about her feet.
You did a great job tonight dancing, but how did your feet hold up after all?
Well, they held up okay. I am battling a little bit of a sprained ankle. My right foot's pretty swollen. It has been all week. So when I came out of my first turn at the very beginning of the dance, I felt a pop. But it just made me want to go harder and just make sure that I finished the dance out, no excuses. And we did an amazing job. I'm very proud of myself and my dance partner. And I'm just really proud of everybody. I was blown away tonight by the quality of the performances and the amount of effort that everybody put into everything. It's just inspiring to know that we were all doing it for something greater than ourselves. It was amazing.
Well, you did a fabulous job, and I'm so sorry about your ankle. I hope that it's much better, but nobody could tell. You did excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, it's fun to see how dancers can change their mind once the competition starts. A few weeks back, some people were saying, hey, I'm in it to take this mirror ball trophy home. Well, other people said, I'm just in it for fun. Let's take a look at a few of the people who changed their mind.
Marianne Brooks is bringing a little friendly competition to this year's Dancing with the Stars of SouthBay.
Oh, confident. That's good. You're getting it down. Okay. A lot of people. Sorry. But when I found out I was dancing against her, I'm not going to lie, there's a little bit of competition in me.
Brooks, who supplies gourmet coffee machines to local businesses in the area, including Martin Chevrolet, where Hamilton works, never thought they would come face to face in this kind of matchup.
I'm moving equipment, moving product around, so I'm always out and about, and that makes it easier for me to continue to be active in the dance routine.
Whether it's show tickets, the mirror ball trophy, or the $1,000 prize money for their designated charity, each dancer has a goal in mind.
I have to step up my game. The woman's got moves. She can cha-cha, okay? And I'm doing the paso doble, and I've got to bring a lot of fierce energy to that dance.
In several years past at this fundraiser, they actually gave away tickets to the real show. So somebody actually got to go to the finale of Dancing with the Stars, and that would be awesome. We've just had a great relationship throughout. So I'm really excited to be dancing with Leah. And, you know, as much as we're competitors, we're all doing this for charity. So it's really just one big partnership.
Both women know at the end of the day, it's all for charity. But when you put in as many hours of sweat as they have, your heart gets in the game.
In her practice, a couple of times I've looked through the glass at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center where we do our practices, and I think it's safe to say that we're all in for a nice treat and a big surprise as to how seriously everyone's really taking this.
Not only dancing, but along with each of their partners, contestants are planning their own costumes, makeup, and hair.
We're doing what's considered like an LA style salsa, so it's really jazzy and it's all about fun. So we had to try to find a costume that is reflective of that dance too.
So it's going to be all about hair, makeup, costuming, and attitude the night of the competition.
Excitement is building as these two dancers get ready for competition night. With over 500 people expected to watch at the Armstrong Theatre, the contestants will bring it. Marianne, when we first met up, you mentioned to me that you thought of this as a partnership and not so much a competition. Now tonight, how do you feel?
Well, after seeing all the amazing dances tonight, it has totally turned into a competition. So I was blown away by the quality of the dancing tonight, and it's been a really exciting time.
And now that we've seen all the dancers dance, and you did phenomenal, and you obviously blew the judges away, and looks like there's a three-way tie here now.
So yes, we have to dance again. So that's a little bit nerve-wracking, but this time I hope it's going to be a little bit more fun, actually, because last time was a little bit scary. So
well, good. It'll be so wonderful. And Christy, we'll have more for you soon.
It's fun to see how people change their minds. Thanks, Julie. So I asked you a question just a little while ago. How many seasons have there been with Dancing with the Stars SouthBay? 2, 3, 5, or 6? And the answer is 3. They've had 3 great seasons here with Dancing with the Stars. Now stick around after the break. We're going to check out more talent profiles.
What can just $1 buy? $1 can go a long way, so imagine what 10 could do. Item donations distract the relief effort and can cost more to ship than what they are actually worth. So stop sending canned goods and start sending cash, because just $1 can make all the difference.
I never cared much for moonlit skies. I never wink back at fireflies. But now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light.
Hi, I'm Kelly O'Hara, here to support my good friend and consummate musician, Stephen Blyer, and the countless others who suffer from FSHD muscular dystrophy. FSHD, the most common form of muscular dystrophy, is a lifelong progressive loss of all skeletal muscles.
I have FSHD and I hope we find a cure soon so I can be stronger and faster. Give with your whole heart so they can find a cure real soon.
But now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light.
Welcome back to Spotlight Torrance, where we're talking about Dancing with the Stars South Bay. Now, some of the dancers here have very hard jobs, and so it's hard to coordinate schedules with jobs and do a spectacular job on the dance floor, but I think everybody was doing great. Now, before we check out a story about one person who had to manage their schedule a little bit, I have another question for you. How many seats are in the Armstrong Theatre? Now, I would imagine many of you have been out there. Are there 250, 500 seats, 1,000, or 1,500? I'll tell you the answer to that question in just a little while, but first, Julie Chan was talking to an officer from the Torrance Police Department.
Christy, I'm here with Officer Wells, and Anne Marie met up with him earlier in the week. Officer Wells, I heard that you aren't so into choreographed dances. Tell me about that.
No, I'm not. The only choreographed dancing that I've ever done is Dance Central on Xbox. Other than that, no, I'm not a big choreographed dancer.
So, well, you did a great job here tonight, so would you say you'd do it again?
You know what, I would do it again just because I didn't do as well as I wanted to, so now it's a challenge for me to do better than this time.
Officer Arlen Wells has been serving the city of Torrance as a police officer for the past 12 years.
Being a member of the SWAT team, I was previously a detective for economic crimes and elder abuse, and now I'm currently the community lead officer for North Torrance.
Wells spends his day making sure the city is safe, but has a new pastime since being selected to represent the Torrance Police Department in Dancing with the South Bay Stars.
My sergeant asked me if I wanted to participate in a charity event, and I volunteered to participate. And then after I said yes, he gave me the details. But I was already committed, so I just went ahead with it.
Although Wells doesn't have previous dance training, his sergeant says he was selected for his memorable dance moves.
Well, when the chief came up to me earlier this year and asked me if he knew somebody that he thought could win the event, we had our Christmas party late last year, and I observed Officer Arlen Wells on the dance floor, and I knew that he was certainly the person for this event, and yeah, he is going to win.
Wells is also confident in his ability to win the competition.
Of course I think I'm going to win this competition. I wouldn't be in a competition if I didn't think I had a chance to win, so I do think I'm going to win.
Although Wells is confident, he is a little nervous about the competition.
I'm nervous about falling off the stage, because apparently I've never danced on the stage before, so you have to figure out your steps within a certain distance. And if I fall off the stage, I'm assuming that's an automatic loss.
Due to his busy work schedule, Wells has had to cancel or cut some practices short.
Unfortunately, my current job assignment, the criminals dictate my hours. I don't dictate my own hours.
Once the competition is over, Officer Wells thinks his dancing career will be too.
I may break out a running man or the moonwalk occasionally, but as far as professional choreographed dancing, this is it.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Anne Marie Williams.
It seems to me this is like having two full-time jobs. I don't know how anybody did it. But first, back to the question that I asked you earlier on. How many seats are in the Armstrong Theatre? This is like how many jelly beans are in the jelly bean jar. Is that 250, 500, 1,000, or 1,500? There are actually just over 500 seats in the Armstrong Theatre. Stick around after the break. We have a little bit more on the show, and we're going to see both of the first place and the second place contestants.
In America, up to 1.6 million youth are homeless each year. Up to 40% of them identify as gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender. Most of them have been thrown out of their homes or run away out of fear and rejection.
It's time for things to change.
America's next generation needs us to stand with them so they can stand on their own. Get informed, get involved. Visit 40tonone.org.
Hi, I'm Chris Burke, an actor who happens to have Down syndrome. Join me in watching some great stories about inspiring people with Down syndrome.
If somebody asks me what Down syndrome is, I tell them it's just an extra chromosome in your body, and it just makes learning a little more difficult.
I just hope many people with Down syndrome can follow their dreams and the passion of what they love to do.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I think she has more abilities than I do. Just to emit this incredible love that everybody was drawn to.
I thought his story was amazing. I thought he needed to get out there to inspire other people.
My name is Annie.
I'm a Salem Barlow.
I'm Megan.
Serena.
Christy Bates.
Ray Cameron. Yeah. And this is my
Grace Story. My Grace Story.
This is my Grace Story. You can watch at ndss.org/stories.
Welcome back to Spotlight Torrance, where we're spotlighting Dancing with the Stars South Bay. Now, Jacqueline Sarkeesian was also out at the event to talk to some of the participants, and she even learned a little bit of the cha-cha, and she has a bit of a dancing background too. Jacqueline, what'd you learn?
Yes, Christy, I've danced for many years, but I learned a new type of dance that I have never done before, and I have Dr. Rebecca Fu to thank for that, who is with me right now. So it's just hours before the show. What's going on in your mind? How are you feeling?
I'm trying to contain my anxiety and reframe it as excitement, and I'm trying to really focus on how good it feels that I'm not going to have to look at everybody, and it'll give me permission to hopefully act and behave in a way that I don't normally do, which is putting me a little bit on the spot, but I'm going to do this.
Great. Okay, you look amazing. Can you please describe what you're wearing, what made you pick the color, all the rhinestones, very flashy?
Well, red's my favorite color, so there was never any doubt that it had to be anything other than red. And there's this wonderful lady that made this custom made for me, and she put over 1,000 sequins and Swarovski crystals on it. And the fringe looks pretty sexy. I danced for all the kids and my staff at my school yesterday and got a lot of cat calls for it. So they see Dr. Fu in a whole new light now.
I'm sure they do. So earlier this week, I was able to visit Dr. Fu and her contestant during rehearsals. Let's take a look. Dr. Rebecca Fu and her dance partner Isaiah are busy rehearsing for the 3rd annual Dancing with the South Bay Stars. Dr. Fu shares what has been the most difficult preparing for the big day.
Coordination. I don't know how to get all those body parts all coordinated in the same time in the same place and to the beat of the music.
Although practicing for the dance competition has come with some challenges and frustration for Dr. Fu, but her dance partner is very proud.
And she's, being very open-minded about jumping into a whole new world of, moving her body and musicality, and she's doing really well.
Before Dr. Fu got involved in Dancing with the Stars, she had very little dance experience.
I've been one of those people that's kind of always sits in the corner and hopes that you don't have to dance.
Last year, Dr. Fu started a colander list to try new things she has never done before, and dancing was one of them.
They asked me to dance for Dancing with the Stars this year, and it's like, okay, this is my time, let's do this.
Dr. Rebecca Fu and Isaiah are hoping their dance melody, that's a mix of tango, swing, and the cha-cha-cha, bring home the mirror ball trophy.
She's a really hard worker. She really pays attention to the details that we're going over, and she wants to win this.
If Dr. Fu and Isaiah win, they will not only get to bring home the mirror ball trophy, but also receive a check for $1,000 to donate to any charity or cause of their wish. The dancing duo is dancing for Dr. Fu's school, the Schweitzer Learning Center. So it was pretty fun, right? You showing me those dance moves?
Yeah, I think you have the skills and the talent to jump on the stage next year.
At first, I was a little bad, but I think I got better.
Yeah, I think once you got to hearing the music and coordinated the feet together with the music, everything fell in place.
Okay, so now we're just hours away from the show. How are you and Dr. Fu doing? Have you guys had rehearsal? What's going on?
Yeah, we just finished our second tech rehearsal, and that went really good. We finished the light sequencing that we needed for the show. So now we just stay hydrated, stay loose and warm, and lots of breathing and relaxing, and try to keep your mind off of any details and just enjoy it.
Have you been able to look at your competition?
I saw little bits and pieces here and there when I was walking through the theater, but at this point in time, if you're not prepared, then whatever you've done up to this point in time is what you're gonna have to deal with on stage. So it really doesn't matter at this point in time. And it's not really good to get your students thinking about that or focusing your energy on that.
Learning those dance moves were tough at first, but eventually I got the hang of it. Christy, I'll send it back to you.
Well, it wouldn't be any fun if we did a whole entire show on Dancing with the Stars South Bay and we didn't know who the winner is. So Julie Chan actually stayed until the very end of the event just so she could get an interview with the woman who won the entire show.
Hey, Christy. Well, I am here with tonight's winner of Dancing with the Stars of South Bay. Tell me, how does it feel to win?
This is so much fun. I'm like on cloud nine. This is so much fun.
Did you think you might win?
I didn't know I had some stiff competition. I was worried. That's why I had those couple sips of wine in between before the dance-off to make sure I was relaxed.
Well, you truly do have a stunning outfit here. So talk about where you got it.
Well, there's a shop called Lanique, and they make costumes for ballroom dance, and this actually is a resale. So I went and bought it off the resale rack and did a little customization, and it's fun to dance in. Thank you.
Gorgeous, and your trophy is gorgeous as well. Are you so excited?
I am so excited. I've never had a trophy before.
And you had mentioned that your kids might be embarrassed by you dancing up here. What are they going to think of the trophy and you now?
Well, I hope they're not embarrassed. I hope they said, "You nailed it, Mom," because I feel happy with what we ultimately were able to deliver. So this is fun.
Well, congratulations.
I had a great teacher and a great partner. That always helps. So, yeah.
Well, Christy, here you have it. A lot of fun and a first place winner tonight. Going home, so happy.
Thank you. This is so much fun. Thank you.
Thanks, Julie. Now that we know who walked away with first place, there is a second prize as well. And we met her earlier in the show. Her name is Marianne Brooks, and she was one of those people who was just out to have a little fun.
We are here with Marianne Brooks, and you won second place. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It was so
beautiful ball here.
Thank you. I know. Yes, it was so exciting, especially since we had to dance twice, but it was really, really fun. The competition was awesome this year, and we all just had a blast, so it was great. Thank you.
You had mentioned that you were going to have more fun dancing the second time, did you?
I actually did. I did. It was a little less stressful, and it was a lot of fun. I was able to just kind of relax a little bit more, so yeah, it was great.
And I saw a lot of people out here who came up to congratulate you and give you flowers. So you had a big cheering crowd.
I am definitely the luckiest person. I had so many people out here that were supporting me all the way through, not just tonight. So I really feel blessed.
And will you continue dancing with your partner over there?
I hope so, if he'll have me. So we'll see.
Well, I hope all those brave souls got a little rest because my feet would be hurting if I did that. That's all we have time for on Spotlight Torrance, where we're exploring your city. Make sure you join us next time because we'll be learning about sushi and Japanese culture. I'm Christy Wilcox, and we'll see you next time. Secrets that you might not know, and they all link to this year's roast.